Welcome back to the World Gymnastics Championships from Antwerp, Belgium. We're ready now for the final in the women's balance beam, which, as I mentioned before the break, includes the 3 medalists from the all-around competition. The first to go will be Aliya Mustafina, who is the 2010 World All-Around Champion and earned the bronze medal here a couple of days ago in Antwerp.
Well, she is absolutely beautiful to watch on this event. What's tough about this routine, though, is that she has so many elements that are in connection, and that will be a factor in her difficulty score. No problem there. This is a big combination.
I give her that connection. She sometimes does all 3 of these moves in a row. Wow, she had an extra half twist there. And she gets connection on both ends, but she did get the connection in the first part of that sequence. She said the other day that she's happy with her performance because she is not quite 100% ready with all of her new routines under the new code of points that was just released in the last few months. So all the gymnasts are adjusting to some variations in the rules.
Dismounting double tuck. Wow. What a way to start this rotation out.
Wow.
For difficulty, I've seen range throughout the week from a 5.8 to a 6.0, but that was about as flawless as it could have been. She qualified with the 14.133, and I think she bettered that today.
Of course, the Russian gymnasts are just so well known for their clean execution, precise technique. It's a strong ballet background that creates that kind of fluid, exquisite presentation, isn't it?
Well, when you see a gymnast dance on this event and look fluid, I mean, it makes a big difference. The judges are looking into those dance elements, and the gymnasts are required with the new code different types of dance throughout the routine. But you got to have the big skills and clean landings like that as well.
Good point about the new code of points. They really are pushing difficulty in your dance moves. They count 5 acrobatic skills on floor, for instance, and 3 of them have to be from dance. And balance beam, at least 3 of your difficulties have to come from dance elements.
Yeah, and they even require you to dance sideways on the beam, as well as have elements down on the beam.
I think the point is the judges are saying you can't just do trick, stop, trick, stop. You really have to do a fluid presentation. And Mustafina is a master at that. The 19-year-old from Moscow, 14.9 is her scoring. 8.9 in execution, 6.0 in difficulty. Any gymnast that gets anywhere from 8.8 to mid-9s on execution is superb in my book. Carlotta Ferlito, the 18-year-old from Italy now, qualified 7th into this event final.
Oh, little balance check. Triple series, one of those new elements in the code that can actually get bonus. Her difficulty score, day 1 was 6.1. She had a few balance checks, not major deductions, but just a little bit doubtful in her landings.
I mentioned the other day that she's hugely popular in Italy. There's a reality show based on these young women who are training, and it's called Parallel Lives. It's on MTV, and it's made her a popular figure. In fact, she was voted last year the favorite sports hero at the MTV Italy Awards. She beat people like Lionel Messi, the soccer god. had a balance beam silver medal at the 2011 European Championships, competed in the Olympics last year, 21st in the all-around.
She finished 11th in the all-around here at this competition. One of her combinations, you can see that little bit of doubt when she landed, small deduction, but she had a lot of difficulty packed into this routine. Right here, her tumbling elements. 3 in a row, finishing with that layout to 2 feet. Just gives you a great perspective. The older I get, the more I appreciate this is only 4 inches wide. They make it look easy, but I can tell you it's not.
It didn't occur to you when you were competing?
You know, it never fazed me when I was the athlete, but as I've gotten older, it amazes me.
Berlito, clean performance, and the next performer from Italy will be the former world all-around champion, Vanessa Ferrari. So 2 Italians in the beam final.
Balance beam, known as that event that can make or break a competition. We saw some of the best athletes make mistakes in the all-around finals. In fact, Yordaki, who led or was ranked #1 in the balance beam, took her out of the medal contentions in the all-around because of this event. So staying on is half the battle.
Paolo Bucci, her coach, he was a former member of the men's team in Italy. 14.283. The 5.9 difficulty, 8.383 execution. She'll be in 2nd place. Behind Mustafina, who has submitted an inquiry, and to clarify, the gymnasts and coaches can inquire about the difficulty score of a gymnast routine if they feel that the judges got it wrong. And a lot of controversy about these connections. Did she get all the connection bonus? And it's likely the judges didn't give her some connection bonus that she felt that she should have gotten.
Well, and if they approve it, it's an automatic 10th or 2 to the score because it's a start value, the difficulty score. It'll automatically add to the score. So athletes and coaches want to make sure they get every 10th possible when it comes to the difficulty score.
You cannot protest your execution score, but you can contest the judge's calculation of your difficulty score. Ferrari now, 22-year-old from Volta, Italy.
Huge round-off layout. Connected those 2 elements. You saw that little balance check in between. That would be something that judges would possibly not give credit for.
She was devastated at the 2012 Olympics due to a tiebreaker. She lost out on a bronze medal in the floor finals. It was a heartbreaker. I think when 2 people tie for the bronze, they should both get medals.
I agree.
Unfortunately, the International Gymnastics Federation doesn't. Ferrari looking good here. 8th in the all-around last year at the Olympics, and 4th, as I mentioned, on floor exercise.
And a solid routine so far, finishing out double pike. See, those legs were a little loose when she came in for the landing. So big step back.
This is a good final in contrast to the all-around final, where several of our top contenders fell from beam.
Right, so far 3 routines up, all 3 have hit. And really, that's what you want to see. Every athlete in the finals right now wants everybody to put up the best routine. And the person that wins this event should have the best routine, not because somebody else fell off. She was very, very clean throughout this entire routine, but opened with this huge round-off layout. Difficult tumbling, perfect landing.
17 is ze. En ze pakte
you can see those feet were exactly in the center.
It was pretty amazing to me. She was the world all-around champion back in 2006, and here we are 7 years later, and she's a contender for medals at these world championships. When the window of opportunity for a young women gymnast is normally 2-3 years, it's pretty remarkable that she inquiry rejected for Mustafina. She does not look happy about that.
Well, she knows to hold that top spot with the rest of the lineup coming. It's going to come down to those tenths. You mentioned how long she's been at this high level. That is very impressive. It's very hard to do as a female gymnast.
Yeah, because really you have 2-3 years at the top, and then, you know, your world changes and someone else comes along and is a little bit better. So the fact that she has been for 7 years at that world championship level is pretty remarkable. 14-3 will put her in second place. 5-7 difficulty, 8-6 execution. Shang Chun-song, 17-year-old from China.
This is her best event, but we saw her make a mistake in the all-around finals. This is where it happened, right here on this tumbling element. Lay out 2 feet.
Oh.
Perfect.
And in combination with the jump.
Wow. In the all-around finals, she's so high on that she almost doesn't. Oh. Her skills are so high that a lot of times that little bobble becomes a much bigger bobble because of the power behind it. And you think, she's so tiny.
She successfully competed a new skill on the uneven bars here in Antwerp. A free hip to a pike to Tkachev now will be named after her.
Small balance checks on almost every landing besides that tumbling pass. Gives her 10 seconds to get off the beam without a deduction. Double pike. You know, these young ladies competed in the all-around finals, then came back and did vault and bar finals, and now they are, some of them, in beam and floor without a day off in between. So you have to wonder if they're a little bit tired. You can see in those landings. Beautiful mount right up to the beam, and she really mounted this routine on a mission. Started out right with this tumbling pass. Huge layout, perfect landing. That right foot holding onto the corner there.
Do you really focus on finding the edges of the beam with your feet?
Well, you know, the best place to be is to have the flat part of your foot right in the center of the beam, but you get so used to it, you forget it's 4 inches wide, and you learn to compensate and get your feet right where you want them. Right here, double pike, small step back. She had a 6.1 difficulty score in her qualification routine.
Her score 14.133 will move her to 4th place.
Simone Biles.
Here are the standings at the halfway point in the women's balance beam final. Aliya Mustafina with a 14.9. She did inquire to try to get her difficulty value raised. That was rejected, but she still is our leader. 4 performers yet to go. And that brings up the latest U.S. sensation, Simone Biles, who has had a banner week here in Antwerp.
Well, she is fun to watch on this event. Watch this. Very difficult.
She's the only gymnast here to make the all-around final and every individual event final. It's a gold in the all-around and a silver in the vault, excuse me.
She has had a long week, lots of competition.
I saw a comment from Larry Nasser, who's the team doctor, and says for 22 days in a row, from the training camp through the training in Antwerp through today, these gymnasts have not had a day off.
Small balance check, but solid.
Not only are there no days off, but every day is a pressure day at this level.
It's the hardest part about it. It's It's not just the physical part, it's the mental part. And that's what I've been so impressed by with Simone. I've seen her collapse mentally, and to be this strong, this long. Oh. She's a huge dismount. Combination right to the full in. Tremendous height. Came up a little short.
I think that's the first time this week that we've seen her just a little underpowered.
Well, for her, this is 3 days of competition in a row, and I can tell you how hard that is. Typically, the athletes get days off in between, but she did the all-around finals and went right back-to-back on both vault and bar finals, and then again to the beam and floor finals. So this is a lot. But what a unique turn. Lots of difficulty there. Not her perfect routine. She did have some balance checks like that. But to have watched her hit this many beam routines under pressure when everybody knows she's an a world all-around champion. Very impressed.
So she is human. The only gymnast here to be doing a full twisting double at the end of her beam routine. He does it in combination. There's her coach, Amy Borman, who coaches her at Bannon's Gymnastics in Texas. This is Aliya Mustafina, who literally is still doing the math on the sidelines to add up her bonus composition requirements. She seems like the kind of gymnast that would challenge his judges and get in your face and say, I think you got it wrong. Let me show you what is right. Good for her. For Simone Biles at 5'9" in difficulty because she missed a combination there. 14-1-3-3 will move her into fourth.
Voor Biles. En dan naar die andere Amerikaanse.
Kyla Ross now for the United States, who've already won 2 silver medals here.
Kyla Ross.
The all-around and the uneven bars.
And this is an event that she could win gold on. She is absolutely beautiful to watch. She has the difficulty on this event. She's got to be flawless in execution.
Qualified third into this final with a 14.566.
Perfect.
Keep in mind the leader is still Mustafina with a 14.9.
She looks very confident. That's the best I've seen it all week.
Of course, it was in the Olympics last summer where she contributed to the U.S. team on beam and bars to help the Fierce Five win that spectacular team gold medal.
Wow.
This is right on.
Her execution score in the all-around finals is an 8.633. She needs to stick this.
What a great set.
She knows. Her technique is so great. Her skills have that perfection to them, and it makes it very easy to perform flawlessly, and that is exactly what she did today. Beautiful combination right here, front aerial, directly connected. I think she should get every difficulty point that she attempted today because her connections were fluid. She was solid on every single landing. Great posture on her landings.
Worden behandeld of afgewezen door het technische comité.
And she's just beautiful to watch on this event.
Ongetwijfeld zometeen meer.
This This is about the only deduction that I really saw, dismounting with that double tuck. And of course, when she lands, doesn't quite stick it.
Simone Biles.
That should be about a 10th, maybe 3.
There is no 2/10 of a point deduction for a step. It's either 1/10 or 3/10, and the judges have to decide how big was that step and how much am I going to take off. 14.733. So with a 5.9 degree of difficulty, 8.833, Kyla Ross moves into second place with Mustafina. And now Simone Biles has inquired about her start value on balance beam. And Mustafina is probably over there still doing some math.
Well, they all know that every 10th matters because this young lady right here could beat them all.
She's the top qualifier by far coming into this beam final. Larissa Yordaki, and of course, going back to the 70s, the Romanians have been incredible on beam. Watch this.
Tuck fold.
Oh!
Wow. You know, she fell in the all-around finals, not on that element, on a completely different element, which she still has to perform right here. That's the one she missed, no problem today. She really looked like she came onto the event on a mission. She looked really confident and sharp in her movements.
And right, her beam difficulty score 6.4 was the highest qualifying.
She dances in and out of her elements.
She's had an injury to her foot, and she has had a back problem that has been nagging her.
Big dismount, round up back handspring, triple full.
She did acknowledge that the recent complications with her injuries didn't allow her to get fully prepared for these world championships that she would have liked.
Well, you know, the balance beam, the event is all about repetition, doing the same elements and the same routines over and over and over. She didn't look like she was lacking confidence, but she came into this landing and looked pretty straight. But it happens that quick. It doesn't take much to miss an element like a full twist on the beam.
There's Octavian Bellew, the legendary coach and member of the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame, on the sidelines.
Oh, you can see she tried to hold on.
Yordaki won the European Championships and took second in the all-around in Moscow this past spring.
Well, the rest of her routine was absolutely gorgeous. She had beautiful dance elements, big dismount right here. Triple full off the end, little crooked on the landing, but other than that fall, it was an absolutely beautiful routine.
The associate head coach from Romania, Mariana Bitang, who's normally the beam specialist, is not here. She did not travel to these world championships, along with head coach Octavian Bellew.
Kijk je zometeen naar het jonge gezin.
Il n'y a pas que sur le visage de la gymnaste qu'on sent de la déception, jusque dans le public.
I can tell you, she at this moment is saying, I want to redo.
No
You know, it happens that quick. You just want to start again.
Her score at this point is inconsequential because a fall in the beam in the finals, they have no chance of a podium finish, so it's just a formality. In seventh place. 6-3 difficulty, but of course the fall and the other bobbles cost her. Hey, Simone Biles' inquiry has been accepted. That's the first one we've seen in the finals at these World Championships. Her difficulty raised to 6.1, so that 14.333 moves her into bronze medal position currently. How about that? And a few minutes ago, Kyla Ross also submitted an inquiry. And we'll see what the judges do with that. We wait point on the decision about the inquiry for Kyla Ross. And it is accepted. So both American gymnasts inquired about their start value, got it accepted. 6-0 difficulty now, 8-8-3 execution. So Kyla Ross will finish on the podium as well. Aliya Mustafina gets the gold medal with a 14.9. And Kyla Ross ends with the silver, and Simone Biles will earn a medal as well.
So Aliya Mustafina, gold to go with the bronze all-round. Kyla Ross takes the silver, and Simone Biles takes a bronze medal. Vanessa Ferrari, evergreen, takes 4th place. Mustafina, triumphant. Very elegant performance from Mustafina and Ross, and it was the power of Biles that earned her a bronze medal.